Hi everyone, welcome to the English conversation. Our topic for this week is celebrities and role models, and we are going to talk about some opinions and experiences. Yes, some questions.
Yes, and let's start with the first question. Irene, who were some of the role models that you had when you were growing up?
Well, role models, it doesn't imply famous people only, that's true. But concerning famous people, I love Disney Channel, I tell you. So I really liked the series there. So some actors of Disney Channel, I really wanted to be like them and everything. So they were my role models. But in life, it's true that my mother is my role model. And yes, she, like, since of course I was born, she taught me a lot of things. And yeah, so I really want to be like her. She is my role
Yes,
model.
yes.
Okay. And what about you?
Well, I would also say I don't really had somebody famous, especially like as a kid or teenager. I don't think so. But I always had my grandparents who are like really nice and considerate, like both my grandparents. So I would say they were kind of my role model. Also, I was so fascinated. They would always tell me stuff about their lives, and I was so impressed by it and so fascinated. So I would say they were kind of my like role model, what I wanted to reach in life and
Yes.
how I wanted to be.
I really miss this because I only knew my grandma and she was not very talkative. So she never told me about like the history and everything, only my mom. And my uncle, he tells me a lot of stories of my family, so it's very interesting too. But I really miss like this.
Yes, yes, I
It must
understand.
be really good.
Okay, and the next question, is there a celebrity you admire most and why? Is there
Well,
somebody?
now I'm watching the second time two Spanish series, and there are like two main characters that I really like, which are Alba Flores and Zulema. I don't know what is her. Yes, now she's from Arabian. I don't know exactly her name, but they are really, 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 really good. Like really, really good. And yeah, and
Like these are the actresses, not the characters.
yes, and yes, and I admire how they interpret their role
Yes.
in both series, so they are really, really good. So, and now I'm very in this series that I told Wiebke yesterday that I'm living like in three worlds, like my world here and one series and the other series. So I'm between it and I'm always comparing it now. So I'm like crazy.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, and for me, I don't, I like, I have always phases, I think, where I like this person more and then I like this person more, but admire, like you said, I think the same about like some actors or actresses that are like just really good, in my opinion.
Yes, but I'm a
Um,
strong fan.
Yes, and also there are some singers or yes, who I like really like. So yeah, yeah. I think I cannot tell any names, I think, because it also always changes.
Yes, of
But
singers, me too. Like there are some I admire because I went to their concerts,
yes.
but I cannot say like I'm a really, really strong fan.
Yes. Also, I don't know, but I know that some of you like tennis. And yesterday I watched an interview with Naomi Osaka, and I have no idea about tennis, but just the way she talked about it and she like spoke about the game, I thought, wow, this seems really cool, like tennis. And I never before had anything to do with tennis. So, like I said, I always have like this where I think, oh my god, this is a cool thing, and then I move on to the next thing. But
But I think it's good discovering things.
yes, I thought because I know some of you like tennis, I can tell it here. Okay, and the next question. Has like a role model ever influenced your decisions? Like somebody you had as a role model has influenced your decisions?
Yes, as I said, my mother, she always influenced in my decision. It's true that when I was in my rebel time and I didn't do what she told me, but later I always listen to her, always when I take my decisions, and now she never tell me what to do. Well, there's a long time she doesn't tell me what to do, but she always give me advices, and I always listen to her and take into consideration her opinion. And I think she influences a lot my decisions. And sometimes my uncle, but we're very different, so not so much. Yes, I think mostly my mother,
Yeah.
because my father and my brother, they don't tell me my decisions. They don't tell me anything. They just support me, but that's everything. Or well, also my best friend, Andrea. She's also like my role model in many things, and I can say that I need her for some things because she tells me always the truth, the like know what I want to hear, but the truth. And then she always tell me, but it's up to you. If you need more time to see the reality and to open your eyes, I hope you do it soon. But she never tells me in a bad way. She always tells me her opinion, and it's true that she tells me in a really good way that I like overthink, and then I realize that maybe she's right or she's not. So I think yes. And what about you?
Well, of course, when I spoke about my grandparents as my role models, and of course, I would say they have influenced my decisions just because they influenced my life, I would say.
Yes.
I cannot think, however, of like one specific example. So, yes. But other than that, when I think about like celebrity role models or celebrities, I think that sometimes it's nice to have somebody there with like a positive message, like a celebrity, because there are a lot of celebrities who have some sort of campaigns or I don't know what. And I think this can be nice. For example, I would say, like a fan of Harry Styles. He's a musician, and his campaign or his motto of his first like tour, like concert tour, was treat people with kindness, which is such a basic thing. Like it's like, of course, I want to be kind to people, but I don't know, the way he did it and like executed it, it was just like, okay, I'm going to this concert and I know this is full of people who not only love Harry Styles, but also want to uplift one another. So I think this is like also really nice influence, like really easy thing, but really nice thing that you can do to just remind people to be kind and
Yes. Yes, but I wanted also to say, like, concerning Alba Flores, I saw on Twitter that, for example, she participates, like, she gives money and she, like, is participating in a project of singing for, like, to help women, like women who are coming from other countries, like in bad situations and everything. So it's very good to know also that there are like famous people that do very good things too. So that's true.
And one last question. What do you think of people who become famous as a consequence of appearing again and again in the media, but not because they're having like an artistic career, like acting or singing or something like this?
Okay, I don't like these people. Like it's not like I don't hate them, but I don't like what they do. I wouldn't do it neither, so I don't approve this. And it's true that as we talked, the people like watch it, so this is why also they are famous. But I don't like that the people like use their lives because and invent things many times to be famous. I don't think because in comparison to artistic, as we say, people who do artistic things, they are famous because of something that, in my opinion, is, I don't know, better, or yes. So I think yes, I'm not like against, but I don't like these, for example, the programs of people's lives and everything, and yes, I don't think they deserve to earn so much money because of this.
Yeah. Yes, I also think like if you're an actor or a singer, like you are famous as a consequence of your work, you know, you are not famous because you want, or like I'm sure there are also actors and singers who enjoy being famous or who like it, but I would say like it's not the main focus of most of their work. So it's more like a consequence. And also when you are, for example, now I'm thinking about when you are like a video creator on YouTube, like there are many people who do videos of different things. And even then I would argue that they are doing like an art form that they enjoy. Of course, if a YouTube video has the same value as a movie, we can discuss this all day. Like I don't want to start this topic, but they are also putting something artistic out in the world. But then I think you also have to little bit differentiate between people who just like, I don't know, are famous because they want to be famous, because they come again and again on reality TV formats, or because they broadcast their whole life on Instagram, or I suppose also on YouTube it's possible just to broadcast your life and get famous with that. I don't know.
Because it's true that many people say, like, for example, if you go to, like, of course not everyone, but if you go to TV and maybe you tell a lie of a famous, do you understand? And then you start something, do you understand? You become famous because of something, like many people do it, and then they start appearing again and again, only telling stories, and finally their lives are like in the center of everything. Do you understand? And
but what I wanted to say is like, the more I think about it, I don't really have an opinion of it. It's just that for me personally, I cannot understand it. Like my private, private life has so much value for me that I could not ever imagine like just putting it out there for everybody.
yes,
I don't
but
know.
yes, I don't understand it neither. But they are looking to be famous and for money. Do you understand? It's like their priority. So for
Yes,
them,
but
like the private life is not. They don't
yeah,
value their private life as you. So they really fight to be famous, and it's true that many of them they achieve it.
and also for me, being famous has no, like, what does it mean? It has no substance. Like, okay, people know you, but, and like I said, like everybody I think wants or needs attention, like every human. But on this broad scale, like, what, like, I don't like, what do you want to do? Like, you are famous, and then I don't understand. Like, I really don't understand the value of it, I think.
Yeah, but I don't think they like think like this. They only want to be known, and as you
Yes,
said,
because
calls
maybe
people's
because
attention. And with this, they are, I don't know, they like it. I think it's everything about calling people's attention too.
yes,
And
maybe
then
it's also about value. Maybe they think like it. They are more like their life or themselves. They have more value when they
yeah.
have. But this is for me
But
such
it's true that
flawed
in
thinking.
many people, of course, in real life, not in this scale, but many people they need people's support, like attention, for their lives to have to make sense. Like
Yes.
it's hard to say it, but it's true that some people do it, and I think this is the
But
what they
also, what
think
I
too.
want to say as the last point for me, like of course, this is not only, we cannot say, oh, this person is famous, I don't know, on Instagram only because they post all about their life and what they eat and so on. But then it's not only the blame on this person, like it's also us as a society who eats these things up and who likes gossip and
Yes,
so
I
on.
know,
Like
I know.
so, I think this is we also have to talk about this, like, because we are so,
Yeah, my mother always blamed the people
Yeah.
like in the programs, like she doesn't understand why the people watch some kind of programs, and she tells me that it's not normal that the most watched programs are these and not other programs. Maybe I don't know.
but I think it's also the need for, like, we need stories, like humans need stories, and I think this is also some kind of story, and sometimes I think it's more intriguing if you know that this is not acted and it is not scripted, or
But in many, yes,
in some cases
yes,
maybe.
I want to tell you
But
that
like
in
these
some
are real
cases.
people. I don't know. I think this has some appeal as well.
Yes, and also the people love criticizing.
Yeah, that's true.
Like others people's decisions and actions, and that's why a lot of people watch it, because they like to comment later and to post in social networks a lot of memes and everything about this.
Well, okay, now we chit-chatted a lot about this topic. I hope you enjoyed it anyway, or maybe you find it also very interesting.
Yes,
You can also send us an email with your thoughts. Like,
Yeah.
I would love to hear it.
You can always.
And yes,
And well, thank you for watching our video. And well, we see you next week.
bye.
Bye.